And the winner of 3 by 3 with feet with the world record single of 15.56 seconds, we have Mohammad Ahmad Kohli!
The Rubik's Cube, invented in 1974 by Hungarian architect Erno Rubik, is the greatest selling puzzle of all time. An impossible challenge for most. For some, it's a test of their mind, efficiency, and refined muscle memory. Since its invention, the Rubik's Cube has intrigued and attracted like-minded individuals across the globe, giving birth to the world of speed cubing, the sport of solving cubes and other twisty puzzles as fast as humanly possible. What started off as an educational tool has over the years evolved into a growing community of speed solvers, puzzle designers, and artists. For a country like India, which is known for its mathematicians, chess players, and ingenuity, it comes as a surprise that the Rubik's Cube is still looked upon as a toy. The holy grail of any sport is getting the world record, being the absolute best there is. And on December 27, 2019, a young boy from India claimed the title for being the fastest person in the world to solve the Rubik's Cube with his feet.
Hi, my name is Ayman Kohli. I'm 16 years old and I'm a Rubik's Cube speed solver. Across my career, I have 11 national records, 1 Asian record and a world record. I also have the Guinness World Record for most number of cubes solved with feet in an hour. And I also podiumed at the World Championships in Melbourne in the 3 by 3 with feet event.
So Ayman first learned how to solve the cube when he was, I think he was 10 years old. He was 10 or 11 years old. I think he was 9 years old. He was 9 years old when he learned it. But it was like just a 2-minute solving, and he used to do it for the building talent show and all that stuff.
Watch me solve the cube. Mama told me to say that.
Yeah, the first time I saw the cube was in Ayman's hand, and I really didn't know what it was. Why was he just juggling with it? What did that mean? Till he showed me that this is how it's solved, and this is how it's scrambled. And I didn't know that this was one of a kind of sport.
I first learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube in the 3rd grade. I had one since I was in 1st grade or 2nd grade. And I used to just keep playing around with it, trying to make one side, 2 sides. And after a year or so, I stopped cubing because only 3 by 3 with the same method got boring until 6th grade when I relearned it for talent show. And that's when I discovered the world of speed cubing, different puzzles, different methods. And then I just kept learning new things from there.
Having learned the 3 by 3 cube, Ayman decided to put his skills to the test at a competition.
My first competition was an unofficial one. It was in TSEC College. Going into the competition, I was averaging around 50 seconds to a minute, and I thought I was really fast until I actually saw the other people there, like Nikhil, who was solving a cube in under 10 seconds. Then I met people who were doing pyramids in 3-4 seconds, and I was really shocked at that.
So he was very excited when he went with his 2 cousins also went with him, and they were very excited. They saw this full atmosphere. And then he said, Mom, I want to learn how to solve it faster, and why am I so slow? So that time we got in touch with Soham, and Soham said that, yeah, I can teach you how to go much faster.
So then onwards, I started teaching Ayman, and that kid, he was smart as well as hardworking, the perfect combination. The rate at which he was drawing, the rate at which he was improving was just remarkable. Back when we started, he used to average around 35-40 seconds, and I guess in under a month or 2, he was almost going neck to neck with me.
So Soham tells me to practice feet because there won't be as much competition, and I started practicing and I got to a respectable average. I would have come around 2nd or 3rd, but unfortunately I got a corner twist over there and I DNF'd my average. And after that, instead of stopping feet, it actually gave me more motivation for the next competition. So I kept practicing, kept getting faster, and I got to around sub 1 minute by the end of the year, and I got my first gold medal at RCMO 2017.
Having established his presence in the cubing community, It was Cube Nama that played a pivotal role in his career.
I think it was about the time when we decided that CubeNama should now step into sponsorships and that we are now in a state that we can help the community out. So I think me, Soham and James were having this discussion of who should be the first person we sponsor. And at first thought, it's always that, you think of the big names and all these fast people in India and the people who are holding the national records. But after thinking for a while, we thought, let's not, And then Soham always talked about Ayman because I guess he was the, Soham's best student. He's always been super proud of Ayman. So the idea, started from there. This guy, he's not big yet, right? But we see potent, and this definitely is going somewhere. And he's always, his journey has began with us. So it made more sense for us at that time. Okay, chalo, it's a bit risky. What if it doesn't work out, right? But let's go ahead with it.
With Soham and CubeNama backing his potential, Ayman was ready to take the cubing world by storm.
I got my first national record in KJSC Open 2018, and that competition was after a bunch of failures, after Asian Championships and a Bangalore competition where I failed the national records. So going into the competition, I didn't have that much confidence, but I had practiced a lot and I really needed the national record because it was a goal of mine for a long time.
First national record was at KJSCE, September 30th, Ayman's first national record. And I was sitting in the garden, I remember, at KJSC, because I said that, if he sees me, he might get a little bit worked up or something like that. Or I might get worked up and, put that anxiety on him. So I went down for a walk and Soham called me up and he said, Ayman got both the national records, single and average. And I was hoping Fatih's won, but it was great to hear that he got both. So we were very happy.
After the first two national records, Ayman went on to shatter one NR after the other, but his road to the world record wasn't going to be easy.
So my biggest rivals for feet in India, there was Aditya and Bhargav. Aditya had the national record when I started cubing. When I started practicing for the feet national record, the national record was achievable for me. But every competition I went to, Aditya broke it by 3 to 5 seconds, and every competition it just became harder and harder to get. Then there was a period where Bhargav really started practicing feet. He also broke the national records, and every competition the national record just kept getting out of reach for me. So they were my two biggest rivals. When I got the national record as well, Aditya kept getting it and we were basically exchanging national records for a long time. After getting a few national records, my next goal was to get the Asian record, and I got it in Chennai in March 2019. I had practiced a lot for that competition, but I wasn't expecting anything great because I wasn't averaging that fast at home. I didn't think I would be able to get the Asian record, but I started off really well. I got a few really good solves, but the last two solves were pretty bad. And after finishing all my 5 solves, I really didn't think I got the Asian record. But then some friends sitting next to me started calculating my average, and then they started telling me I broke the Asian record by just 0.04 seconds.
Ayman had the ASA for a pretty decent amount of time. Well, until Limhang came into the picture.
There's not many feet solvers in the community, so in continental and world competitions, it's either me or Ayman who will be on top of the scoreboard. When Ayman got his ASR average for feet in March, I got pressured and it motivated me to practice harder and get better timings to break his record.
With each passing day, the competition was getting fiercer. The race to beat the 24-second mark was on, and Limhang left no stone unturned. The two friendly rivals finally faced each other in Melbourne, Australia at the WCA World Championships 2019.
Worlds 2019 was in Melbourne, Australia. It was my second international competition, and it was even bigger than Asian Championships. The venue was huge. There were people watching you from the balcony, and my goals were to podium feat, possibly win. So going into the first round of feat, I was judged by Felix Zemdex for a few sols. So being judged by him was a big deal for me, and my nerves got the better of me in the first round. I didn't perform really well. Going into the finals of feat, I started off pretty well. I got a 25, I think. My sols kept getting worse as my nerves got the better of me, and I ended up with not such a great average, but it put me at second place, and I'm really grateful for that.
We didn't expect him to get the silver, but oh, it was lovely. The way he was on the stage, the confidence that he showed, and to see him with the Indian flag was immense, enjoyable.
Winning a silver at the World Championship was an important milestone, and just when Ayman was at the closest he'd ever been to getting the world record, the WCA announced that 3x3 with feet would no longer be an official event.
That meant that Ayman had just 6 rounds of feet on him. Just 2 competitions that he could attend, one in Bombay and the other in Delhi. A total of 6 rounds, 30 sols, in which he had to get the world record.
Like I was just sitting and working down in my boutique with my daughter, and suddenly she gets a phone.
पूरा ऑलमोस्ट दिन ख़त्म होने आया था, तो जैसे ख़त्म हो रहा था मैंने देखा कि बहुत ज़ोर से आवाज़ आ रहा.
And I was going to start the last sol of my feat event at the same competition, and I heard a loud noise of everyone screaming.
And I was about to leave the venue to get food for my teammates, and my friend said to me that 5 minutes रुक जा, we might witness something historical.
But then came the 5th sol, and then I saw the scramble. And my friends who were recording, they erupted, the crowd was going insane, and the whole venue, it was just chaos.
Bhaktij's phone is still going on, and then Soham is calling, Nikhil is calling, and then I don't know what was happening, and like 10,000 phone calls, and like come here immediately, and I think I spoke to Ayman only once I went over there, because I was getting so many calls for everyone. So I was very, very happy for him, very, very happy for him. Alhamdulillah, that was his dream. I was very happy for him.
Oh God, we jumped, we left all our customers, everybody, and said, sorry, we can't attend to you. And we sat in the car and we just ran there all the way as fast as we could. And of course, on the way it was, hello, you got a world record, so there was a lot of people coming in even there. And it was a lovely moment. Yes, I did cry when I felt the speeches going, because I said, this boy is so devoted and so dedicated to the event. What will he do after that? But all's well, this ends well. Nobody can take this record away from him ever.
Getting the world record in Bombay meant a lot to him. It meant a lot to me, because the first national record he got was at a competition that I organized, at a competition that Cubnama organized. And the world record that he got was a competition that Cubnama co-organized. So yeah, I was super happy, I was delighted with the fact that he got the world record from the place where it all started, at the Cubnama competition.
अरे तो चांगला खेळतो एकदम, आणि खेळाची पण त्याची सवय चांगली, त्याची स्टाईल पण चांगली खेळायची, आणि त्याची सवय एवढी चांगली आहे का विचारू नका.
कि अयमन हमारा टीममेट है एंड हमारा अच्छा दोस्त भी है, एंड कितने टाइम से हमारे साथ रह रहा है, और उसने वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड एक्चुअली ब्रेक किया, सो काफ़ी एक्साइटिंग मोमेंट था हमारे लिए.
He did not have that fear to approach someone who already had the world record and ask tips from them, and ask like, oh, how can I get better? And I think that's what I really loved about Ayman.
World record was very, very fast. I think he shaved off around 1 second of the previous record, and that's saying something. Like when it comes to the world record, every millisecond matters, and being a second faster than the previous record is something that's really amazing. So kudos.
4 days before the removal of feet, And the same competition where I first won feet, I got my first world record with a single solve of 15.56 seconds. That world record will always stand until maybe feet is re-added. It's been a long journey and words can't sum it up. We made friends, broke records, made the best memories. Thank you to everyone who has always supported me, my friends, my mother, and especially my sponsors CubeNama, who have always been there for me and organized so many feat competitions. I went from a small boy desperate to get a podium to a world record holder. I guess we'll never be taking off our shoes at a competition again. Goodbye, feet.
This clip is going to be on YouTube forever. Anything you'd like to say to Eman 50 years down the line?
I love you, honeybee.